This is the last brown belt match of the night. Very excited. I think this is the second time we've heard this song tonight. But it's not a bad walkout song, so I'll take it. This is Sekela Mwantembe from House of Art, SAS Team Jiu-Jitsu. And this is a gi match, Bob.
No way.
We got to see a gi match.
No way. I
love
it.
Ground Zero, man.
No way. I think this is the first gi match I can remember. I don't remember having one before, but I love it.
And now, about to tell you, this is Will Schlucter.
And we got Will Schlucter from United Arts. Yeah, we got to see some gi grips. Oh man, I'm excited for this one. You know, Bob, I don't know if you've ever rolled in a gi, man, but you get hickeys all over your neck when you roll in a gi, man.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot more involved for sure. A couple other techniques you can use, obviously.
Absolutely, it's a completely different game.
Fans, this is our final brown belt match. It is brought to you by the Electric Bouldering Company, and it is set for 7 minutes of grappling. Introducing to you first, out of the blue corner to my right, he represents House of Arts and SAS Team. This is Sekela Mwantembe. Who's opponent? Out of the red corner to my left, representing Luchi MMA. This is Will Schlucter.
It looks like they might have had a mix-up on the team names there, but we're gonna find out. Very excited for this first gi match. I think the only gi match we have today.
Listen, this is our 4th event here at Ground Zero, and this is the first gi match I can remember, and I love it.
Yeah, it looks like, man, Will is this is his 2nd time at Ground Zero as well. It looks like his last match here was also in the gi, and Will trains a lot, man. You can tell he lifts weights. Both of these guys look like studs, man.
And then Mwantembe, right to the guard immediately, and we were talking about the gi work, and you see it right there with you know, the ability to grab it and hold on.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
It adds some more
pretty
techniques.
Slow. You know, it's a lot more slow paced than no gi. You typically. Man, you can see Will very strong. You can see his muscles through that shirt, man. Jeez, through the gi rather. But Mwantembe's, this ain't his first gi match. He's not letting any of this stuff upset his posture at all. He's got really strong grips on the hand of Will here, and I don't think he's going to be able to really get much going on here. And the guard position with the gi is so much different than it is in no gi, because there's just so many more weapons that you have. Sekela doing a really great job of kind of not letting Will pass his guard at all, not letting him get an inch that he doesn't want. Nice positioning from both of these guys. I like this double under pass from Will here, but Sekela really doing an excellent job. I like how he's got the gi in between his legs. That's going to make it pretty difficult to gain more leverage. So many different handles to grab. And we running right back to the double unders with that grip. You can actually kind of do a triangle choke without the arm in gi too, because you can leave your hand in on that gi grip. You know, there's a lot of advantages here, but it looks like Will was able to dominate the positioning battle there and get side control. Sekela not letting him get any kind of advantage on any limbs just yet, making sure he's moving his hips around, trying to open up some space on Will. I like to see this so much, Bob. You get to see, I don't know if you noticed, Will is actually kind of pulling his gi out, and he might be setting some sneaky stuff up, and you get to see that so much in the gi. And that's my favorite thing to see, is you get to see these very creative submissions, because there's probably like, I'd say like 100 times as many submissions as there is in no-gi, because you can just make them up. So many different little variations. Having the different clothes on lets you do some crazy stuff.
Helps you choke a guy a little easier,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, chokes, different kind of, like even wrist lock weird stuff, kind of get the wrist stuck in there some weird way. I've been submitted in the gi so many times, weird ways. I don't train it too much anymore because I hate it. Oh, no, I love it. I'm not gonna
But listen,
lie.
with the evolution of the submission grappling, I think you've seen a lot of training without the gi. Not that don't want to take away from the traditional gi, but you look at Illuminati and things like that. I mean, a lot of people were training specifically for submission grappling, not just jiu-jitsu, and you see a lot more training without the gi. But like you said, it's always going to serve its purpose. It's historical, and it's good to see guys in it occasionally.
I agree. See, now this is interesting. We have Sekela's actually the one that secured the gi grip that William pulled out. I'm wondering what he's thinking about setting up. And it's a good thing that we have this with the 7 minutes, because gi matches can take a while. It's a slower pace, so a lot more going on. We got to take our time and really set our submissions up.
Is that also too because of the defense? Because you can hold.
Absolutely,
you have to hold the
absolutely.
guy.
Yeah, you're both of these guys are brown belts, so you know their fingers and knuckles and stuff are they're built for this stuff, man. They've been doing this stuff probably better part of a decade. So their hands are well built to just hold something really hard for, you know, probably more than 7 minutes, to be honest. You got to really convince them, hey, you know, throw a hand out here. I'm gonna bait you. But Sekela definitely is going to need to get out of this position. I think Will is doing an excellent job of like kind of dominating the strong positions in the match, and that's what you want. That's what you want to show the judges. Like, hey, man, I'm on top the entire match. I was working here. I made some moves.
And like you were saying earlier, Brad, I think you've seen, less movement, less transitions because of the gi, because of the ability to hold on to him. You're not allowed, when you're sweaty, it's a little bit slicker. It's harder to hold the guy down.
I would argue that it's not as slick, right? And because of that, there's friction, and you kind of can't really slip out of stuff anymore, you know?
Exactly.
That's the trouble.
That's why we see less movement, less of the transitioning and
nothing
reversals like we've
explosive
seen
as
all
much.
night.
Yeah. Unless you get a judo throw, that's pretty explosive. All right, Sekela was able to kind of get out. I'm not sure exactly. It almost looked like Will decided to stand in that situation. I don't know if Sekela was threatening something that made him do that decision. I like this right now. It looks like Will has Sekela's leg in a decent position. I don't know if he was going to kind of use that to pass or some such. Very interesting situation at the moment. Hopefully we get to see some really good stuff. Looks like Will shotgun that leg, getting the gi grip. So he's gonna put Sekela in an interesting situation where his leg's gonna be really tied up. But it looks like he relinquished that at the moment. Went for a regular just wrist grip here. I want to see some cool chokes with the gi on. I hope these guys deliver. I like this. It looks like Sekela may be setting up some sort of cross choke. He's getting one hand in pretty deep. Let's see what the other hand ends up doing. Will working a pass, but Sekela has a really strong half guard. Oh, he was able to trip him up and get a sweep. That's a very good thing to show the judges. Looks like they're pausing the time again. I'm not exactly sure why. I believe Will had some kind of straight ankle kind of thing set up there. Oh, that's a shame that he's not going to let Sekela take the position back on top, because he earned that with that sweep. I was kind of curious to see where that would have resulted. All right, looks like Will kind of just decided to take it to the ground again. Let's see what we can see. If Sekela, I like what Will's setting up here, where we're sending the gi behind the back. I think Sekela knows all about this, though. These guys are brown belts. I think these guys know all those little tricks, and they know when the other guy's setting it up. Oh, very good job from Sekela, not letting that trip up happen from Will that he was setting up. He was very on top of it, but ended up on the ground again. Man, there's a lot of resets in the last half of this one here, Bob.
Yeah, without, you got to be careful these guys don't go flying off, so got to protect those gentlemen out there. They probably don't mind the little breather for 10 or 15 seconds. It's been a long match.
No doubt.
We were talking about
Will
that.
did a very good job of doing like a nice, like almost like a tripod kind of like with his hands and head to get his legs past into the side control. Nice knee on belly. That's a very strong position in the gi as well. Yeah, I think Will did a really good job displaying that he was in a more dominant position for the entire match. For the majority of the match, rather, not the entire match.
And that's it.
I'm just happy we got to see a gi match, to be honest.
Yes. And it was different. Like I said, you could see, like I said, the difference. It was, like you said, it was a little bit slower because of defense is a little bit tougher, and the ability to to hold on, and that friction, obviously, friction slows things down. I mean, science.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your winner by decision, Will Schlucter.
Awesome job from Will there.
And Will, you are the recipient
That was a fun match, man.
electric barbering prize pack.
Yeah, I like these prize packs. I wonder what they get in there. It's electric barbering.